Thank you for joining me today. This is Danny. Actually, you know what? Let's take this off so I can speak properly. This is Danny, and thanks for joining me today, and welcome back to the greenhouse. We're going to take our next step in Botania by summoning the Gaia spirit. I have bookmarked a couple pages in the Lexica Botania, highlighting a few items that I think are really cool. This one is the Golden Laurel Crown. This guy basically gives you invincibility once. It's made with gold, some oak leaves, and a Gaia spirit. And basically what this thing will do is when you run out of hearts and you would normally die, instead of dying, this thing will break and your hearts will be replenished as if you had died, but you won't die. So that is pretty cool. And then we have the Globetrotter Sash. The Globetrotter Sash is kind of like the Sojourner Sash that we made in the first episode of the series, except that it is much, much faster, and it gives you a greater jump boost and of course the step assist. This one is the one that I'm really interested in, and that is the Black Hole Talisman. This guy, made with some Elementium, it's kind of expensive. Ender Air Bottle, which is basically just taking a bottle, a glass bottle, and right-clicking it in the end will give you an Ender Air Bottle. Ooh, a tree. And then, of course, a Gaia Spirit. So doing this, the Black Hole Talisman basically takes up one inventory slot in your inventory, and it holds a nearly unlimited, infinite supply of a particular item. So this is something that would have been really great for me when I was building some of the larger bases that I've been building recently, or some of the larger builds I've been building, because you could hold many, many, many stacks of whatever building block you're using, and it will only take up one slot in your inventory. And you can just right-click with it in the world, just like you would place, and it'll place a block, just like you have those blocks selected in your inventory. So anyway, you may have noticed, all three of these items require one thing that we have not seen before, and that is this Gaia Spirit. And there's only one way to get a Gaia Spirit, and that is by battling a Gaia. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing the Ritual of Gaia, which is basically we set up this altar with a beacon, just a regular vanilla beacon, and activated with some iron blocks of iron. And then we have these 4 Gaia Pylons. These 4 Gaia Pylons are mana pylons, like the ones that we made to make our Natura Pylons. So they have the mana pylon, which is the mana steel and that. And then this Gaia Pylon, which is Pixie Dust and Elementium. So of course, if you remember from last time, the Pixie Dust and the Elementium are things that we get out of our portal to Alfheim. It's a little bit expensive, but we can get some pretty cool items out of it. And then what's going to happen is we're going to right-click on that altar, on the beacon itself. We're going to shift right-click on it with a Terrasteel ingot. And I actually do not have one with me. We're going to need one. Terrasteel. And I've got a few in inventory here. So I'm going to go and find a good spot. Still pretty early in the day. Now this Gaia Spirit is a very difficult boss. He's definitely more difficult than the Wither boss, and like the Wither boss, he does throw Wither at you. He's not as big as the Wither boss. In fact, he looks just like you. And in fact, today, he's actually going to look just like me, except with a little bit of a weird kind of particle-y effect thing. So it's actually kind of cool. Alright, so there's our activated beacon. It needs to be activated. Actually, you know what we can do? Just to make this easier. And there's also a Ritual of Gaia 2, which we will get to shortly. Okay, so let's just line this up. Oh, it won't let me... Crap. It won't let me do that. Alright, let's... I guess we'll just offset it by 1. And then these guys we have to put... They are actually 2 blocks up in the air, so we're going to have to put 2 blocks So normally when you are fighting this guy, you want to have some really good armor and some potions or some kind of protection from potion effects, because he's going to throw Wither at you, he's going to throw Blindness at you, and I think there's a few other things he throws at you too. And he has 300 health points. That is 150 hearts. If I would have done the visualization right away and had it at the right spot, it would have told us that our structure is complete. So since I have my Draconic armor, this stuff is actually going to protect me from the potion effects. So I'll have Blindness like for a few seconds, and whatever, and I'll have Wither for a few seconds, but I probably won't lose any hearts during this entire battle. If you're not wearing Draconic armor, that is not likely to be the case. It's recommended in the Lexica Botania that you have Terrasteel armor, or not Terrasteel, is it Terrasteel or Elementium armor, and lots of potions with you. Oh yeah, and another thing. When he's down to about 1/3 health, he starts spawning a whole bunch of mobs. Now, fortunately, again, we have this Draconic Staff of Power, another Draconic Evolution overpowered item that has a 25 by 25 radius, and it pretty much kills anything in one hit. So, but what I'm going to do, if you are using a Draconic Staff of Power, you might want to think about turning the dig speed multiplier down all the way. That way, it won't break any blocks unless you really hammer at him. Otherwise, when you're running after this guy, and he's really fast and he teleports all over the place, when you run after him, you're gonna and you miss him, you're gonna end up like destroying all the terrain and maybe even your beacon or whatever. Oh, actually, I want to crank up my speed here because this guy's fast. Let's see, we'll turn that all the way up. Get this party started. Are you ready? Oh, and by the way, there's a little soundtrack too. So the music that you hear when I start is not music I've added to the video. It's actually a part of this little boss fight. So I'm a little nervous. Even though I know that with the Draconic armor he can't really hurt me. So there he is. He's coming. Whoa. There he is, teleporting. Okay, got my first hit in. And even with this Draconic Staff, which pretty much one hits anything, you can see he's still kind of kicking my butt here. Darn it, I got a new mouse today, and it's kind of different than what I'm used to. But so check this out, man. We got a soundtrack. That's awesome. What other mod does that, man? Gives you a soundtrack and gives you that visualization thing. There's so many unique things in this mod. Alright, where are you? Man, I can't imagine how hard this would be without my Draconic stuff, my Draconic Staff of Power and the Draconic armor and all that. Some people have said it's impossible. Well, the next one especially, and we'll get to that. And you can see how I'm going dark every once in a while. He's giving me blindness, which normally, if it weren't for my Draconic armor, would stay much longer. Oh, and by the way, that purple stuff, you want to stay away from that too. That gives you bad effects as well. Alright, where'd he go? Okay, now he's going to start spawning crazy stuff, and I can't hit him. But fortunately, because of my Draconic Staff of Power, it's not a big deal. I can easily defeat these guys with a single hit. But you can imagine what this would be like without this. And he'll do this for a while, and then eventually he'll stop and come down and fight again. There's a Wither skeleton. Nice. This is really, I mean, it's one of the most adventurous boss fights there is, I think, in Minecraft. Okay, where'd he go? I mean, come on, a teleporting guy who withers, and it's like all the other bosses put together, and then he spawns a bunch of other stuff, and Gives you a bunch of crazy effects, and he's fast and hard to find. Man. And he gets worse. Yay! We did it. Phew. But I wasn't sure if that was ever going to end. Dead and seek. Summon and slay a Gaia Guardian or for a ritual. So my inventory is totally full, but you can see all the goodies we got. Oh boy, where's our... Alright, let's throw some of this stuff away. We've got to make sure we get these Gaia spirits. That's what we came here for. 8 of them. We got 8 Gaia spirits. So that was tier 1. That was just tier 1. Alright, we're back at the base. We got ourselves a scathed music disc. Kane Venosek. What is that? Endure emptiness. This is a Botania item. Nice. So now anytime we want to remember our fight, we can just play this music. As one would think that combining 2 of the most powerful resources known to existence in the form of Terra Steel and Gaia Spirits would create an unstoppable material. It seems that this material is very much stoppable though. In fact, the 2 forces cancel each other out when combined into an ingot, creating an utterly useless alloy. This ingot though, due to the concentrated energy and power in it, does allow for the summoning of a stronger Gaia Guardian with more resistance, strength, and speed. So this guy's gonna be even faster. For all of this, it also drops more Gaia spirits than normal, as well as a handful of goodies and rare treasures, making it a worthwhile foe. Alright, so let's do this. 4 Gaia spirits and a Terra Steel ingot. Ooh, they change colors. I never noticed that. That is cool. Wow. Alright, there's our utterly useless Gaia Spirit Ingot. Alright, we'll leave the music play. So we're going to do the same thing again, except instead of using a Terra Steel Ingot, we are going to use this Gaia Spirit Ingot. And once again, it's getting close to nighttime, but I don't care. Let's just do this. So this guy's stronger, he's faster. Keep an eye on Wayla, because I don't know how many hearts he has, and when I get close to him, you'll be able to see how many health points he has anyway. 2 health points per heart. So, ready, stronger, faster, and crazier. So let's go. Alright. Oh my gosh. I don't know what he's throwing at me. But I've heard it said that this guy is impossible to beat. And I'm thinking that without my Draconic armor, I might be saying the same thing. But so far he's not hurting me at all. So this Draconic armor is totally OP. It's great for this. Alright, we could actually, he comes back to the middle frequently, so we could almost stay there, but I don't know what he's throwing, some kind of... Man, yeah, he's definitely not taking as much. I'm trying to look at Wayla to see how many hearts. Okay, he had 300 hearts, so it's the same. He's just stronger and faster. With the same number of hearts. Not 300 hearts, 150 hearts. 300 points. Hey, where'd he go? I swear, he just made me teleport. Was that just my imagination? Probably should have used the horn. A little tip. Use the horn of the wild to get rid of all the grass in the area that you're fighting, because it's kind of a pain hitting all this grass all the time. Alright, where'd he go? There you go. Where'd he go? This guy's nuts. Oh no, the sun's going down. I was hoping to kill him before the sun goes down, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Where is he? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, there we go. We're at this phase now. Thinking this is... Oh, and he's still shooting me while he's doing that, too. Man, I cannot imagine doing this without Draconic armor. I mean, he's just constantly hitting me. Even with the Draconic armor, it's like he keeps throwing me back. We're gonna have a lot of goodies. We haven't even killed him yet. We've already filled up our inventory. Oh my god. Holy crap. Boy, I can see why people would say this is impossible. Jeez. Where you hiding? Where you hiding, dude? Sneaky. Man, he's hitting me. I have no idea where he is. I've got withered pretty bad now. Where the heck is he? But I still haven't lost any hearts. Oh, jeez. Whew. That was crazy. That was exhausting. Oh, now you want to come over here, huh? Alright. Let's see what we got. We got another disc. I wonder if it's the same. Chicken. Chicken got caught in the crossfire. Nice. Alright, we got ourselves 16 Gaia spirits, 20 mana ingots, and a disc. Melohi. Nice. Oh, that's not. Alright, we are back at the base. And I noticed something in my inventory that I didn't notice before. Two things, actually. One, I've got a mob soul, which is something you get from Draconic Evolution, and it's a Pixie soul. I also got myself a Dice of Fate. So the Dice of Fate basically gives you one of 6 different relics. And what do we get? We got... Whoops. We got the Ring of Thor. Equipped in the ring... The Ring of Thor. Increases Terra Shatterer's dig depth and length. Nice. Cool. So if I make myself a Terra Shatterer, which is kind of like an excavator, it'll have an increased... There's 5 others, and I'm not going to spoil them for you. It's kind of one of those things in the game that you're meant to discover as you play. So I won't spoil too much for you. All right. So what are we doing? We are going to make ourselves a black hole. What is that? Miniature black hole ring. Atomic tinker. Okay. Anyway, black hole talisman. So we need 3 Elementium, we need Ender Air, Bottle. So I'm actually going to auto-craft. I set up auto-crafting for this, so it's actually going to, if we take a look, it's going to craft 6 mana steel for us from 6 iron by dropping them in a mana pool. And then it's going to throw those 6 mana steel in the portal to Alfheim. It's going to do that all for us. And then we're going to need a bottle. And we just take our bottle and right click. Whoops. Right click in the air and we end up with an Ender Air bottle. Should have everything we need now. Black hole. Alright, so we take this guy. Let's say, first of all, we have to decide what kind of block do we want this thing to hold. We'll just say we want this guy to hold dirt. So we right click on a dirt block. So now we just shift right click in the air and it is now activated. So if we take our Draconic Staff of Power and we just start destroying dirt blocks. Actually, let me go someplace where I don't mind destroying a bunch of dirt blocks. Let's just tunnel in here. So we got a bunch of dirt. Oh, I'm destroying cobble too, but whatever. Okay. So we could have another one that holds cobble too. And then when we're mining, all our dirt and cobble will end up going in here. So we have 54 dirt, and we could have many, many, many stacks of dirt. And that's really the beauty of this thing, is we could have, you know, if we're building something, let's say, if, you know, when I built this lighthouse over here, and I made it out of wool and clay. If I would have, and I had probably 400 or 500 blocks of wool and clay put into this thing, I could have stored that all in a single block with this. So now we can just place these just like that. It doesn't work with the builder's wand. So if you plan on using the builder's wand, then it might not be quite as useful for you, but you can always pull stuff out by sticking it in a crafting grid. So if you have thousands of dirt in here, and you want, or whatever, you know, like maybe you're making a big, huge castle with, you know, whatever, stone bricks or whatever. You could have thousands of stone bricks in here, stick it in here, pull a couple stacks out, or pull a stack out, or whatever. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned a little bit from it. And if you have any other questions or comments, things you want to add, or things you want me to add, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And if you did enjoy this, please click the like button and all that crazy stuff. And I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.